There is a whole new reality now for the Giudices that can now dramatically change their lives forever. And, of course, their show, The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Joining me tonight, along with Alex McCord, is Ryan Smith. He's the co-host of HLN's After Dark. I want to get right to number 3 on our countdown of today's top burning questions. Could Teresa and Joe actually go to jail? Ryan, if this sticks, unless they plea out some kind of a deal, I don't see why not.
Yeah, absolutely, AJ. I think there's a very good chance they could go to jail. Talk about reality bites. I mean, look at this. They're accused of lying to 3 different major institutions, the IRS, the bankruptcy courts, and various banks. And it's not only just one time. They're accused of running multiple employment scams over a series of years. But the big factor in all this, even if they do a plea deal or try to work out some sort of arrangement, the federal government for years has been trying to make an example, trying to show that you cannot rip off financial institutions. So if these allegations stand, I wonder if the federal government will try to make an example of them and hold them accountable and not let them plead to something lesser, or at least give them a term of years in jail.
Yeah, it's wild that they're getting to do that with reality stars, because really the big headline of this is the government is saying, hey, you want to live well in this country, you better play by the rules. And Alex, I have to tell you, I was so excited when I heard you were booked on the show. I'm dying to get your take on this, because look, we've both watched Teresa and her outrageous behavior on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, but still, I have to believe you were shocked when you heard that Teresa and Joe were being charged with fraud.
Oh, I was horrified, and I feel so badly for her. I mean, I think that in a way, reality TV is becoming a little bit like politics, in that you should never, ever, ever put yourself out there if you've got any skeletons in your closet, because they can come right out to bite you. I mean, I know that some of these counts started before the show, some of them are after. And the thing is, a show like The Real Housewives is a show about rich people. I mean, that's what they say. That's the tagline. And there's a tremendous pressure to make it bigger and more fabulous and everything else. I remember in season 1, Teresa was going shopping, and she bought supposedly $120,000 worth of furniture, which she supposedly paid for in cash. And the thing is, with knowing a little bit about how reality shows are made, I seriously doubt that actually happened,
right.
But they made it look like it happened. You know, the producers want to turn in a great show to their bosses. It looks bigger, it looks worse.
Yeah.
Suddenly the IRS see the show, they want to audit them, and it turns into a huge mess.
Well, look, you know very well so much of being on a reality show is, hey, look at me. And guess what? The government, they're looking at you.
Yeah.
They're actually paying attention. And, of course, Teresa wasn't hard to miss. She really made a name for herself, bringing the drama in so many classic scenes from her show, like this one.
You are f***ing engaged 19 times? You f***ing stupid bitch! Coming to my flat!
I love it. An epic TV classic. Always great to have a good table flipping moment. But is it so great for TV? I mean, this really got me thinking about how is Bravo going to handle all of this? This brings us to number 2. Let me get to our burning question on our countdown tonight. Would it be wrong for the show to exploit their legal trouble? Alex, let me go to you on that.
You know what? It's going to happen. I can already predict that the ratings are going to go up. I mean, there's a website called BravoRatings.com that showed that this season so far, the ratings are down on seasons 3 and 4. This is season 5. I guarantee you they're going to see an uptick, even if they don't do anything. And is it wrong? Well, unfortunately, they're on reality TV, and it's news.
Yeah, but let me throw this into the mix, because immediately when this story broke and I thought about how's Bravo going to cover it, I started thinking about this. After Russell Armstrong committed suicide, a lot of people were saying that having his legal troubles play out on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills may have contributed to his distress. People were throwing that out there. The family threw it out there. So I'm thinking, you know what, Bravo may want to back away from making this into a plot line. Ryan, I mean, it certainly is a good reason for them to have learned a lesson and not exploit it.
I think so. And if something were to happen because of this being exposed, imagine what that would do.
Game over.
Not only to the franchise, but also to the family involved, because we don't think about the families a lot of times. But you know what, AJ, I got to say, the worst decision to put this out there would be on Teresa's part and Joe's part, because, you know, here would be my thing as their lawyer. If I was representing them, I would say, you got to watch every single thing you say. If they get on this show and say, I can't believe the government would come after me, this is ridiculous, it's bogus, I'm a government official, official, I'm looking at that on TV and I'm saying, yeah, forget the deal. Yeah, forget the breaks. We're going to go after them even harder. Every single word they say is going to be scrutinized.
It's a double-edged sword, because the thing is, and your correspondent mentioned it when she said that they can't travel out of New York and New Jersey, it may get to the point where the income stream completely dries up except for the show.
Right.
The thing is, once you go on reality TV, you can't go get a job in an office. You have to completely reinvent yourself, and if you have to go with being a professional reality star, professional celebrity. So it may be that the show is the only opportunity she's got to bring in the bacon.
And just like you, Alex, there were other people out there today saying that everything Teresa and Joe did in front of those cameras for the sake of reality TV could now backfire on them. Former Atlanta Real Housewife Kim Zalchek told HLN News Now, it was earlier today, when she said that the pressure of being a Real Housewife can be just too intense.
Absolutely.
I definitely think that all of us do feel the pressure, to quote-unquote keep up with the Joneses to a certain extent. But for me, I personally walked away. It wasn't to my highest and best to continue emotionally or for my own health to remain on the show. But, I think, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a very, very hard business to be in.
Yeah, sounds like a big legal lesson almost, Ryan. You got to really watch what you're going to do if you're going to put yourself out there.
Every single thing. And that's why I think they need to step away from this show for now. Look, maybe you return once your legal problems calm down. I agree with Alex. They're not going to stop showing the show, even though Russell's past and all that could be a bad precursor. I think they're going to keep going with it. But you try to get Bravo not to talk about you and you step back. Every single word they say matters. And the government will not be lenient with them. So if I'm them, I get right off the show and I deal with my problems first.
Good advice. Well, Showbiz and I did reach out to Bravo, and they have not yet commented about how they plan to handle all this on the show, if at all. Alex, Ryan, great having you both here. Thank you so much.